Well, hello and happy Monday, folks. I hope you had a great long holiday weekend. My name is Cam Gaskins, holding it down solo here on The Point After. Nate Wimberly and Jorge Andres both enjoying the day off. Well, we've been talking about it for a while now on the show. If you've been tuning in, you know what we're talking about here. And the week is finally here. We are just 2 days away from the Copa America semifinal coming to Bank of America Stadium. And this past weekend, we learned which nations will be descending upon the Queen City. It will be Uruguay and Colombia playing for a trip to the championship match on this semifinal of things. Colombia comes in after a dominant 5-0 win over Panama in the quarterfinals, while Uruguay knocked out Brazil in penalty kicks to reach this match. These are two big-time clubs with long histories of international soccer. If they win, or the winner, I should say, will face the winner of Argentina and Canada. But again, these two nations will be bringing massive and passionate fan bases to Uptown Charlotte on Wednesday. For more on what you can expect traffic-wise if you plan on coming to enjoy the festivities, here is WBTV's Naya Hardin with more.
It is going to be busy in Uptown if you are going to be heading that way on Wednesday. Road closures are going to start as early as 9 o'clock in the morning around the Bank of America Stadium. Let me show you where I'm talking about here. I've actually pointed some of those out in red icons. This is going to be Mint Street, Brooklyn Village, Graham Street, MLK Boulevard. All of this, again, is going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. It is not going to end until 11 o'clock at night on Wednesday. So here's the thing. Getting around is also going to be a challenge because there's going to be a lot of traffic. You've got nearly 45,000 parking spots reserved. Parking ahead is an option that you can do. Also, you could do rideshare, maybe with Uber, Lyft. Just remember, there is going to be surge pricing with that since this is going to be a very popular night. And then you have the light rail. You can use the Blue Line or CATS bus to be able to get around all of this as well. That is probably going to be your quickest option to avoid all of the traffic.
All right, very much appreciated. Great information there, Naya. Well, the entire WBTV crew will be out there Wednesday. We're going to try to get there early. We might have to Uber or Lyft as well. Maybe take the light rail just to beat some of that traffic. We'll be live at 7, bringing you everything you need to know about the game. And Copa America should be an incredible day for some soccer in Uptown Charlotte. And leading up to this match, we've been bringing you lots of different stories on how soccer culture has grown here in the Queen City. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the Charlotte FC Academy and how it is hoping to develop the next professional stars from right here in our own backyard. At the Strickland house, every day usually starts with some family breakfast. And for the past year, that family has included 4 teenagers thrown in on top of 2 young kids and a pretty hungry dog. Before we kick him down. Tori Strickland coaches the U15 team for Charlotte FC's Academy and pulls double duty as a host for 4 of his players.
One, we knew that it would help the Academy and the club grow and accelerate the growth of the Academy and the players here. But what we didn't know is how much it would help our family and especially our 2 kids.
These players come from all different backgrounds, but with one common goal: to play professional soccer.
I mean, it's like the United Nations at our house in a sense. So, I mean, Carlos comes from a Hispanic family with Mexican heritage. Keegan comes from a Jamaican family. It's really great reminder for me as well as I'm coaching players from all different backgrounds.
After breakfast, Coach Strickland loads them all up in the car, and then it's time to go to work. 5 days a week, these players come here to Charlotte FC's Atrium Health Performance Park, where they do school for a few hours and then they hit the training field.
And the more time that we have with them here, the greater likelihood we believe that they could potentially sign a homegrown contract.
That's the philosophy of the Charlotte FC Academy in a nutshell: to identify talented young players in and around the Carolinas, bring them to Charlotte, and train them up to potentially become first-team players for the Crown.
Pep Linders from Liverpool has a quote says that, listen, if you develop your own players, they'll never let you down, and they'll run through walls for you.
One of those players ready to run through a wall is 15-year-old Carlos Gonzalez. He left his family in Raleigh to pursue his dream of one day playing for Charlotte FC.
It was kind of scary at first because I didn't know if I really wanted to leave my family.
Carlos is the youngest of 5 children and says leaving home to train full-time was a tough decision to make.
I know I call them every day, but it's just not the same. I know I talk to my mom and dad. It's just really not the same without them right beside me.
But his coach has already seen tremendous growth in Carlos since he joined the academy.
He's an ultra competitor, which is a big thing. He loves football. He loves to compete. He loves to win. Hates to lose.
I was quiet, very quiet at first. I think now with the help of my coach, I've just become more of a leader.
Whether these players end up playing for Charlotte FC or elsewhere in their careers, this academy is planting the roots that will hopefully pay big dividends for homegrown talent down the line.
The young guys that are coming through this club, I think, will feel a deep connection to the club and hopefully continue to inspire the next generation of youth soccer players in North and South Carolina that they potentially could do this as well.
I really appreciate the Strickland family for letting me into their home and letting me share Carlos's incredible story. I thought it was really cool just to see how much sacrifice these young players make to pursue their dreams. Again, these kids are 14, 15, 16 years old, leaving their families and training full-time like it's a job. It's a really cool thing to see, and I appreciate them letting me share that story. Well, we're going to take a quick break here for a word from our friends at the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, and then we are looking back at an eventful start to the Hornets Summer League out in California when we come back. Stay with us.
NC Medicaid is healthcare coverage for more North Carolinians. Just go to medicaid.nc.gov and fill out the needed information, or call our Medicaid contact center. You can put pen to paper and fill out an application, and email, mail, or drop it off at your local Department of Social Services. And you can work with a navigator like Marvell at your local library. Don't wait, you can apply at any time and get covered starting the date of your application.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
Well, this past weekend, we got our first look at what a Charles Lee coach team might look like for the Hornets this upcoming season. Now, a major caveat, I know, I get it. It is the Summer League. Got to take all the results with a grain of salt, but this team really hasn't been playing like it's just the Summer League so far. Now, even if most of the guys we've seen so far won't be around this upcoming season, what we have seen in the Hornets' 2 wins in the California Classic is a newfound energy that Charles Lee has seemingly infused into this team. You see guys swarming on defense to the ball, making good decisions on offense, and showing an identity that could really excite Hornets fans if it carries over into the regular season with the regular starters. Here is what Charles Lee had to say in Sacramento about using this opportunity in the Summer League to set a tone for the future of this franchise.
It's not just Summer League. I think when you're a new coach and you're a new staff and it's a lot of new faces in that locker room, and we're trying to set a tone. We're trying to set a foundation for what the Hornets culture is going to be about going forward. So I think that it's really important that we start to embody Hornets DNA, like I've said lots of times. And so to get our first win tonight was great. Like, we're trying to build winning habits, and everything matters. And so the guys came out with the right amount of focus and the right amount of energy and competitiveness.
I mean, yeah, we saw it in his introduction to the media. Charles Lee knows how to win a press conference. Now the team is winning some Summer League games to go along with it. The Hornets wrap up the California Classic tomorrow night against Sacramento before starting the Las Vegas portion of the Summer League on Saturday. Also worth noting that the Hornets' number 6 pick in the draft, Tijan Salan, will be suiting up in Vegas. He's missing the Sacramento games due to a knee laceration, so even more excited, more reason I should say, to get excited for these Summer League games and the future of this team and how Salan, the first-round pick, could fit in to those future plans. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us here on The Point After. Remember, we will see you on Wednesday for all the Copa America coverage from uptown Charlotte. Should be a great day of some soccer. We'll see you then. You guys have a great Monday.